Hello, welcome back beginner swing dancers.
We are here today with lesson number 3 of the series, so if you missed last time, make sure to go back, check that out. We got some new interesting material for you today. We got a leader spin, we got a shadow move. So we started with our basic step. We'll just do that in place for the moment, no rotation. We added in a leader spin, a little waist roll for us. We added in a little shadow move. Oh, hello. We went out, we gave her a spin, switched our hands, brought it back together. Let's go over what that's like. So the leader spin is going to start very similar to the follower spin that we have, where we're doing our basic step and we let go as we go into the rock step. Yeah, nothing has changed thus far. So once we get to this position and we start our roll through, I'm going to try and connect her hand to my waist, and as soon as we do that, I'm going to let go. She's going to continue dragging her hand around me, and then I'm going to come in for a handshake here on the other side. Let's go over what our feet are doing through that spin. Now that we have the direction of the hands, we're going to continue with our 2 steps and then a rock step. Let's just dance that out. So we'll go side, side, rock, step. We both get 2 steps and then rock, step to get into that handshake position. Now from here, we're gonna do the exit from this whole sequence, and then we'll come back and put that shadow piece into the middle of it. So we've landed here. I'm gonna give Shailey another spin, smoothing my right hand out and around so that she goes all the way underneath. I'm going to put her hand back into my original left hand, and then we continue dancing from there. So connecting those 2 pieces that we already have, we're doing our leader spin, we let go, we go 1, 2, hand, shake, we go over her head, and we go back step, and there we are. So let's take a look at our feet through that whole business. So again, we're just sticking with that pattern of 1, 2, rock, step, 1, 2, rock, step, 1, 2, rock, step, and then we're back into our basic format.
So another tip is that after you get turned, to make sure that you are squared off.
Yeah, let's show them what that looks like. So what Shailey means is after I go through, we go 1, 2. In this moment, we want to make sure that we line up with each other so that as we go rock step, we're in a neutral place to start that second stroke that we're doing.
So another tip for the follower, make sure after you turn that you're squared off with your leader.
Yeah, so let's give them a demo. So what Shailey's saying is after we do the leader spin, we go 1, 2. We want to make sure that we're square to each other. We're not out facing any weird crooked directions, so that as we rock step, we're in a nice neutral position to set us up for that second spin. Same thing at the end of the second spin. We want to make sure we're square as we're going into a rock step so that we can come back into holding each other. Yeah. One more demo of that whole thing. We go let go. 1, 2, hand shake. 1, 2, back step. There we are. So let's talk about our hands for a second, because this is going to take us into our next move. So as we start the leader's turn, after we drop, I'm going to think of putting my right hand over our crossed hands here. That will both help me in which direction that I'm turning, and once we do that turn, go ahead, that will let my right hand come out first so that we end up in this handshake position. We're gonna go on from here, adding in our shadow. So from this point, we could do our original turn out of it. We're not going to. We're gonna stay here. So from here, leaders, you're gonna stay in place. And let's just talk hands here first. So I'm gonna pull Shailey towards me, and then I'm gonna put my right hand on her shoulder. So once she's come beside me, as she's coming in, I'm gonna offer my hand palm up. She's gonna come in palm down so that we can have a brief connection here before we reverse it and come back out. Let's talk through feet. During that time, I get the super easy job. I'm doing my 2 steps and a rock step all in place. So I'm just going 1, 2, back, step, 1, 2, back, step, 1, 2, back, step, and that is all. If you've done the cuddle, it's the exact same footwork. We're just altering the hands. Take over.
And for followers, we're doing the same thing. 1, 2, back step, and then we're stepping right towards our leader, stepping around together with our left, and we back step.
So to do our footwork side by side, we're starting in place. 1, 2, we back, step, step, together, back, step, 2 steps, back, step. So we're gonna start all of that from the handshake just to put it all together. We will, in the handshake, be starting with the back step. So we go back, step, 2 in place, back, step, 2 to get out, back, step, there we are. Once we've unwound, after we take that back step, we go directly into that spin we learned initially. 1, 2, back, step, and then we're back to focus. So let's put all of that together. We do 1, 2, back, step, leader spin, hand shake, into shadow, back, step, out of shadow, back, step, overhead, there we are. One moment I would like to bring our attention to is that last hand switch from that spin we did earlier. So this could either be after we've finished doing shadow or just after a leader spin and we're in this handshake position and we want to get out of it. So once I spin Shailey, I'm gonna have my left hand available so that as my right hand's coming down, I can just place her hand in mine and we're back to normal. I like to call this move the hand sandwich because we just make a little whoop, put it together, and then keep on dancing. Keep in mind, the timing stays exactly the same through this entire move. So if you have any issues with that or any other issues that you encounter throughout the process, go ahead, give us a comment. We'll talk back to you, get you all sorted out. And remember, if you like this, subscribe.
And make sure you like, comment, and hit that bell button below to get notifications every time we post.
Cool.